Hello and welcome. My name's Jack, and thanks for attending today's session. Now, I'm really excited to talk to you about the different ways we can attract and engage young people for the world of work. Now, a little bit about myself. I co-founded and run Half Full. Now, we're a media company on a mission to make it easier for every single young person to enter the world of work. We've built an active network of thousands of Gen Z influencers and trendsetters that help us reach over 500,000 students across the UK with social media careers content, events, and opportunities. Now, this also means that we've had the pleasure of helping some of the UK's largest employers attract and engage Gen Z using social media. Now, first off, I just want to say a massive thanks for Movement to Work for hosting another awesome event, as well as thanks to every single incredible employer and charity that are doing so much important work for young people at such a difficult time. This Northwest event in particular is pretty special for me. As I live in Manchester now and I'm originally from a small industrial town called Barrow-in-Furness, a couple hours northwest of Manchester. Growing up there, I was never seen as academic. So many teachers completely gave up on me, and if you told me I'd be here just a few years later, I'd have laughed at you. It truly saddens me that I look back and see many friends I grew up with stuck in the same jobs as when we left school, or being in even harder financial positions, being in prison or even worse. It doesn't have to be that way. I feel lucky. I've worked incredibly hard, but I've also been incredibly privileged because my mum and dad were nurses. This gave me the stability that many friends just didn't have. It allowed me to turn things around, give me a second chance, go back and resit lots of exams. Ended up going to college and uni and set me on a personal mission to change how the system works for young people. Ever since that moment, it's been about making sure this story doesn't continue to repeat itself. That every single young person can realise their full potential. From setting up a programme with some of my best friends tackling youth poverty and homelessness in Manchester, that led me to speaking in Beijing and Hong Kong, as well as receiving awards from the Prime Minister, to now building Half Full. It's why I'm so extra excited to talk to you all about today, about our learnings from various client campaigns all over the UK, about how to better attract young people and get them into work. Because importantly, I want this statement to stick in everyone's head. If we always do what we've always done, then we'll always get what we've always had. Because it's interesting to me, because some of the biggest challenges facing employers for early careers right now is building a brand awareness and attracting diverse students, which was reported by one of the UK's largest in-house recruiter communities this month. But when you ask yourself, why is this a challenge? Especially when it comes to diverse and socially immobile students? Well, the answer is, why would a young person who's never engaged with your industry or brand suddenly think that they could apply to your roles? Many young people have never thought that people like them could work in industries such as law or finance or tech and loads others, because many people have never had that representation. No role models to show that they can be whatever they want to be. Because I know I didn't always have that growing up. I didn't face half the barriers as a white man that many young people face on a daily basis. So I bring it back to that opening statement. If we always do what we've always done, then we'll always get what we've always had. So I propose we start doing things a bit differently. We all know that young people, my generation, those even younger than me, are the first generation ever to grow up with the internet at their fingertips. This means they've grown up with social media influencers our entire life, using YouTube as a new version of TV, getting our news from Instagram and now TikTok. So we're witnessing a massive shift in the way our generation sees the world, a shift in the way our generation understands the world, and importantly, communicates with the world. Young people are now spending over 4.5 hours online per day, and over 80% of young people have reported that they've used social media to become more knowledgeable about a topic. We use social media to decide on what to wear, what to eat, where to visit. So why would careers and education be any different? This is why we use social media as an attraction tool, and why we think you should do too. A social media tool that helps you build trust and relationships with young people at scale. And you can use it to fill your pipeline with work-ready students. A tool that should just go beyond paid advertising. You should see it as a new and improved form of emails, fit for the modern age. It allows you to organically engage and nurture young people with content about your brand and opportunities, whilst at the same time helping prepare them for the world of work. But what should attraction look like on social media? I could talk about this all day, but we're going to cover three things you can start doing right now. Number one is create regular content. Number two is partner with influencers. And number three is host social first events. But what do I mean by these three different things? So first off, creating regular content for your careers page, because you should see your careers page on social media as an opportunity to create regular educational and helpful content that prepares young people for the world of work. It shouldn't be left as an afterthought. This content should break down your application process, show behind the scenes at the office, and what the different roles involve, and loads more. You want young students to easily find you online so they can then binge watch your content on social media in their own time, helping them picture what it would be like to work for you, whilst creating multiple new touch points for you to build awareness and engagement with potential candidates, even while your team is fast asleep. Number 2, working with influencers. Now, we suggest you work with influence with 2,000 or 15,000 followers in that broad range, because this helps you promote your events and your content. Their followers consist of their friends and people who trust them and are like them. This is what our entire network of student influencers helps us with. It helps us promote client campaigns, promote events and content, because 73% of young people said that if they saw their friends talking about a brand, they would want to learn more about that brand too. And number 3, host social first events. This means running events that capture young people's attention. Don't always run an event that's just about you and your brand. Remember that young people may have never considered a career with you or in that particular industry. So speak to their interests first, then use that engagement to sign up students to an event about your opportunities. These events can capture attention on mental health or accessibility or entrepreneurship. It could be on how to stay motivated and loads more. We've had influencers who create social media content about how young women of colour can access the tech industry, and then had these influencers speak at our events and client events, because their followers then turn up to that event and then can apply for those roles. So in short, this social first approach works really well across all sectors with all our partners, from tech all the way to retail. You just need to give it a go. And I really hope this has been helpful, and I really encourage you to think about the new ways you can help students learn about your opportunities, and put simply, make it easier for every young person to enter the world of work. Now, thanks again for Movement to Work, and have a great rest of the event. I really wish I could be there live, but I'm actually on holiday for the first time in 2 years. So if anyone does want to ask me any questions or anything like that, do get in touch using an email or anything like that. Thank you.